By the way, we haven't talked yet about the Trump interview.
Yes, the Trump interview with Tucker Carlson on X.
On X.
On X, the visionary platform that is X.
Yes, meaningless.
Go ahead. What do you
that's
want?
What X
you got to say something
yeah.
about it, then say something
Yeah.
about it, dog.
I listened to it, and I'm not. Before I even get into the lies, what struck me the most was, for about an hour, Trump went on and on and on. Not one word about what he was going to do for the American people if he were elected for another term in 2024. Nothing. It was all about him, all about his grievances, all about how great he was as a president, all about how every world leader respected America when he was president, and how everything is now gone to hell under Joe Biden. And he spent a long time, attacking Joe Biden for being old and feeble. Of course, Donald Trump is only, about 3 years younger than Joe Biden, so it's not exactly a battle of the generations. And, he has his own issues, different from Biden's perhaps, but the guy is, I think, borderline morbidly obese. And so, all these attacks on Biden could boomerang right back on Trump. But the point beyond this is he can't tell the truth. He just make things up. And of course, the biggest thing is repeating the big lie, still, that the election was stolen from him. He gives the example of Wisconsin where he says it was later proven that he won Wisconsin. And of course, exactly the opposite is true. It was later proven that the results were correct, and he didn't win Wisconsin, just as he didn't win Georgia, didn't win Pennsylvania, didn't win Michigan, didn't win Arizona. And in most of these states, it was Republican officials like Secretary of State Raffensperger, who was the victim of his phone call in Georgia, who were validating the results. His own attorney general validated the results. His own head of cybersecurity that investigates these things validated the results. He lost every court case where he challenged the results. And by the way, his defenders say, he lost them all just on procedure, nonsense. A number of the cases looked at the evidence, not just dismissed it, but said it was ludicrous. A conservative judge in Pennsylvania said the evidence was a Frankenstein monster stitched together. That's how bad the case was. And he's still lying about it.
Okay, but you seem surprised by this. I mean, he's been doing this his whole life, let alone his whole political career. Everything's always about him. It's all about his personal grievances.
And it's all about the lies. Another big lie, Biden had a few classified documents that were left over that he immediately turned over. Trump said Biden had 25 times more classified documents than I did. He had a fraction of the classified documents that Trump had. 25 times, that's an exaggeration by about 500 to 1. I guess you're right. I'm a professor. I spent my whole life studying evidence, learning how to find the truth. And I just get outraged afresh every time I see Trump pile lie upon lie upon lie, shamelessly. He has no shame. Our brilliant political consultant, your mom, my wife, Karen Strickler, has always said, to understand Trump, you have to understand that he has no shame. And his mini-me, Ramaswamy, seems to follow in that same mold. He exhibits no shame whatsoever, no matter how you puncture his balloon.
I watched a little bit of that Tucker Carlson Trump thing. It was freaking boring. I'm telling you right now, guys, I feel like Trump's lost his spark a little bit.
I think that's right.
He doesn't quite. I think all these indictments, all these arrests, all these cases against him have really, to any human, it would beat them down, And he just doesn't have the same spark he used to have. I think he's been beaten down a little bit too much.
I think that's right. And an interview context is not the best for him. He gets energized by crowds, by cheering crowds. Just sitting down one-on-one is not a good form. But you're right. He was flat.
He's been flat this whole campaign.
And he really
series.
has. Even in his rallies.
That's what I was going to say. Even at his rallies, he's a little flat.
Not the same.
Yeah.
But then again, he's always attacking Sleepy Joe.
Well, he's never going to stop attacking people.
He's an overweight 77-year-old man, you know?
Yeah, he's never going to stop attacking people.
No.
But it doesn't have the same
same
fire that
zip.
it used to have.
As I said, he's an overweight 77-year-old man
Right.
who's facing, God knows, you know, if you put all the indictments together, hundreds of years in prison.
That's scary.
And of course, he's only getting softball questions from Tucker Carlson. Basically, a Tucker Carlson interview of Donald Trump is Tucker Carlson saying to Trump, tell us anything you want to tell us.
Yeah, it's
And
a
I'm not gonna
joke.
challenge
it's not real.
anything.
No, but I don't think anybody outside of the core Trump base thinks it's a real journalistic endeavor for Trump to sit down with
No, they
Tucker
just want to see
Carlson.
Trump.